Why don't we talk about the Last Waltz, which is just a remarkable event that, as was mentioned earlier, happened 40 years ago this week. 40 years ago,
Yeah.
this past Thursday.
Can you imagine 40 years ago? 40 years ago, I think there's been a mistake. Yeah. 20 maybe? 40 years, it's kind of incredible. But the idea then was the first job that the band played as the band was at Winterland in San Francisco with the wonderful Bill Graham. And after that, we had gone from playing the most low-down dives imaginable anywhere in our gathering of music, in our woodshedding, in our paying our dues. And we went from that to playing the biggest events in music history. 500,000 people at these things was like, wow, where has this gone from playing Jack Ruby's Club to Watkins Glen? Yeah. Watkins Glen, there was 650,000 people, and Bill Graham produced the show, and they were expecting 150,000, and 650,000 people showed up. Not enough hot dogs. Yeah. Oh my God, it was surreal. But anyway, we had been around the bend. We had done everything. And we thought to go full circle, let's go back and play Winterland, and let's have a musical celebration. It was the end of 1976, and this era of the 60s and the 70s had come to a place where it just felt like a celebration of music was in order. And it was just a personal thing for us because we felt like we've been on the road, since I was 16 years old and everything. And we needed to do something to change gears and refresh and do something. So anyway, we said, we're going to have this concert. And it would be respectful if we invited Ronnie Hawkins to join us and Bob Dylan, our two fearless leaders from the past. And so we said, that would be sweet. That's a nice. Then one of the guys said, I know, but if you're going to invite them, you got to invite Eric Clapton. I mean, Eric was raising the flag, for the band right from the beginning. We're like, well, that's true. Eric, has always been there. And we said, I know, but wouldn't it be weird if we invited Eric and we didn't invite Van Morrison? I mean, that would just come off as bad, And then it was like, we got to have the Canadians. Joni and Neil Young, please. How inappropriate to not even be. So anyway, this thing, it started to grow in such a natural, musical way of amazing people that contributed all a different element to music. And as a whole, between the band and everybody else, it made up something that spoke to this celebration idea. And it just grew naturally. Nobody was thinking, let's go big, let's be the... Never, never, never. It was really about, and we're going to play with all of these people. A feat. This is not, I've spoke about this before, but to go from Joni Mitchell to Muddy Waters, you got to have your shit together. I'm telling you. Yeah. It is the musicality that we had to do during this thing was a true feat. And it's easy to look at and say, oh, everything is No, we did it and nobody screwed up. It was magical. Yeah. And so then Bill